Hello there folks, Bonkekook here, back with another 1000G achievement walkthrough. As you can see, we're taking a look at the game Temple of Horror, published and developed by EpiXR Games. It initially released on the 26th of October of 2022. It's currently on sale for $7.99, though it is normally priced at $9.99. Of course, your currency will vary depending on your region. There are 10 achievements for 1000G, 9 of which are for completing the individual levels, and the 10th is for dying once. It's basically a faux horror game, if the title didn't give it away. There are enemies that lock onto you and will follow you, but they walk the same speed as you do, and you have a sprint, so you can actually outrun them. The other enemies are like patrol enemies. They are tied to a specific pathway, and as long as you time yourself through, you shouldn't have any problems. And just a real quick warning kinda about the last real level in the game, the sewers, or it's called the Ancient Escape in the level select. There are on-rail enemies patrolling the sewers, and you have to, dash or sprint out in between their route so that you can get to the next section safely. Most of them give you a couple seconds of buffer, but there are one or two that are quite tight, and if you die, you do have to restart the area there. So just an FYI, that's the only part that's probably going to cause anyone any trouble, and I wouldn't expect going in to try to get it done on your first try, but in general, most of the game is straightforward and very easy, and as long as you follow along with me, you shouldn't have any trouble. I will be warning you when we get into areas with enemies, so you don't exhaust your sprint. You are going to want to keep it available in the area where enemies can chase you. One other thing to note, the game is very glitchy when it comes to allowing you to respawn. Unfortunately, there's nothing I've been able to find that makes certain that you can respawn when you die, and if that happens, you're going to have to quit out of the game and reload the latest level you were on. Just to kind of give an object lesson to that, I'm going to hit start game here. This is the level list. So the first level is the lost entrance, the second level will be below the lost entrance, and then third, fourth, fifth, and then I think it's 8 levels in total. The 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th levels will be on the right in a column. Just an FYI, in case you die somewhere and the game doesn't let you respawn, you'll have to quit out of the game, reload it, come back to this screen, and choose the last level you were on. So I wanted to make sure everyone knows the order that the levels are done. They are 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left column, and 5, 6, 7, 8 on the right column. That way you know the latest level you've been in case the game does kind of screw you out of being able to respawn. And it usually has for me, so just an FYI. If that happens to me when we try to get the death achievement, I will have to quit out and rejoin all of you for the walkthrough. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and choose the lost entrance to start up level 1. You can use the left analog to move around. You can use the right analog to look, but it is not inverted. It can be changed in the options and in-game controls, so go ahead and turn it on if you need it to be inverted, like I do. You can press A to jump, as you saw me involuntarily do there, and you can press right trigger to sprint. That shows your stamina bar in the bottom of the screen there. As I said, when there are enemies around, try to keep it above 50%. Every other time you can just run until you exhaust yourself, and then there are levels throughout the game, but the button you need to press to hit them or use them changes depending on the level, so it's either A or B, just an FYI. Whenever you're ready, run forward. There are no enemies here. Take a right when you get out here, and then we're going to take a left when we get here to follow the narrow pathway here. Don't fall off. On the other side, we're going to jump to this platform, which is an elevator. We'll write it up, sans elevator music, and we'll wait until the elevator gets all the way to the top to jump to this platform here. You can try earlier. Again, if you miss and die, you'll just have to restart the level, and you'll pop an achievement for dying. But at the top, wait till it gets there, and then run and jump to the platform, and make your way down the walk away here, run into the blue flame. They're actually souls, I think, but I call them blue flames. And occasionally souls, because I'm an idiot who switches back and forth. But we have an unskippable cutscene here for about 30 seconds, so enjoy the story here. And when we regain control, we're going to walk down the rest of the hallway, or walkway here, into some darkness. Most of the level ends are just you running into darkness, and then you get a loading screen when the achievement pops for the previous level. Find the diamonds is the last text, so you'll regain control after that. And again, you can just run to the end of the walkway and into the darkness to finish the level. That will pop your first achievement for completing level 1. In this next room, we're going to walk to the left. There are no enemies at the beginning here. Turn to the left here, and we're going to walk straight through where the blue flame is to a hallway on the other side. And then take a left in this next room. We're going to go straight towards the blue flame, and on the other side of it is an altar that has a heart. And we're going to press B to grab it. Turn around, and we need to run back to that first room we spawned in, so run straight through this room. Remember this heart, because we're going to come back to it too, just an FYI. Turn right in this room, follow the hallway across. And when you get back to this first room, you're going to take a left. I don't like that the stamina meter disappears, because it makes it difficult to tell when it's come back. In this next room, we're going to lean to the right here, but just remember that spot at the back of the room. That's where we end the level later on. Take a right and follow this hallway all the way through this room and into another hallway. And once you see the blue flame, once you reach this room, you're going to turn left to find another altar with a heart. Go ahead and press B to grab your second heart. Turn around, and we're going to go left of the blue flame now. And there are enemies over in this corridor, so just be aware of that. Try to keep your sprint above 50% so you can escape. Take a left here, and just be cautious of them. They are in different positions at different times, so you may run into one where I don't. But we're going to take a left and go into this room here, and we should be safe. Turn right, and you'll notice heart number 3 on the ground, so pick it up. And then go to the end of the hallway for heart number 4. This triggers an enemy that kills us, and again, if the game doesn't let you respawn, then you might be in trouble. And as you can see there, it's not letting me try again, but we do pop the die achievement. So what we have to do is open our guide, press start on Temple of Hoarder, and quit it. So I will rejoin you at the main menu. For those of you that are able to just try again, it reloads you at the beginning of the level. So we'll rejoin you back at the beginning of level 2 in a minute here. For those of you that are restarting the game, hit start game from the main menu, and we're going to choose the Hall of Death. This will load us in at the beginning of chapter 2, and now we're back with those people who were lucky enough to have the, mechanic of the game work properly. Whenever you get back in, we're going to run left, and we're going to do exactly what we did before. We need to go get that heart again. So walk to the left here. Walk through the blue flame. You don't really need to walk through them, but I like to assert my dominance over the souls. In this next room, take a left and run towards the blue flame at the back, and you'll get to the altar again. And we've basically glitched the hearts by respawning. So we're going to grab our 4th heart, and now we need to head to the back of that room that I mentioned where the end of the level is. So turn around, walk through that first room, take a right here, and then just walk all the way straight across the hallway to get back to your initial room where we spawned in. and then turn to the left. You're going to see a hallway here that brings you to the back room, and we're just going to walk to the back of this room instead of taking a right this time. Walk onto the platform here to trigger a quick cutscene and the wall opening up there, and you'll quickly regain control and can run through into the darkness to end the level, popping another achievement. Should be your third one overall for completing level 2. When you get here, you're going to walk forward and take a left and follow this all the way around to a lever. Now again, press A to pull the levers here. Later on, you have to press B. But on this and the next level, you press A. When you regain control, turn around, and we're going to go to the other side of this building we spawned in, and down the stairs here, and down into this hallway to finish the level and pop a 4th achievement for completing level 3. This next level does have some enemies in it, so just try to follow along with me. Again, they walk at the same speed you do, so you can sprint past them. The hardest part is if they find you in a hallway, just getting around them. Walk left once you get into the big room to find a hidden wall, basically. And once you get through the gate, we're going to take 3 lefts. So just be careful of where the enemies are. They might be in different locations for you, so we took that first left. We let that one walk past us, and we took a second left. And once we get over here, we're going to take a third left. Again, once you get through the gate, sprint regularly just in case one of them did catch your scent so you can outrun them. But once you get up the stairs, none of them should follow you anymore. Even if they did catch your scent, you should have outrun them. Just run to the end of the hall, and around this corner will be another lever, so hit A on it to pull it. And then you're going to drop down and go across here to where this blue flame is, and there's a hidden wall at the back. We're going to let our sprint come back here because this is another room with enemies in it. Stick to the center, or I mean the outside of the wall here on the right side. We're just going to kind of sprint our way around it, but there is an enemy patrolling around the center, so just keep, some of your sprint in case he does notice you. Once you get to this wall, we're going to run inside and through. There's a couple of enemies down this hallway, but we're just going to go straight right through and then take a left at the end. This first room has one enemy who's rather easy to avoid, so just sprint past him. Once you start getting down the hallway, I recommend walking. As you can see, the enemies do kind of keep up with you, but as long as you're running, you should be able to outrun them. And there's 2 more enemies in this room we need to avoid. They're usually on the right side, and once you get through the gate, you should be safe. Walk up the stairs, and you're going to find another lever to pull with A. And then you can jump down and run to the other side of the room. You might see the gate actually lowering there. And we just have to follow this hallway all the way to the end to finish the level. There's an achievement for finishing level 4. That should be achievement number 5. This room is very annoying. Go up the right staircase, but walk slowly. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be tapping forward on the left analog like so. You can see what my movement is there. Because there's an enemy that basically we have to not make too much noise or else it'll kill us. Some people have said you only need to make it to those torches down there. That's not true. I have died at the other side of the doors even. So I recommend doing this all the way down the hallway. Just tap forward. It's slow. It sucks. But I tried to stop at the torches and I died. The next time I went all the way through the doorway and I still died. So we're going to do it all the way down the hallway just so we're sure we don't die. You can walk through the blue flame, doesn't make a difference. And eventually you'll reach the end of the level and get the loading screen. I know it's tedious, but it's best to avoid dying there. We don't get an achievement for completing that one, but we do move on to the next level. Just follow the path forward for a bit. There are no enemies on this level, just some traps we have to avoid. Once you get to this place, you'll notice a trap spinning and then a dark filter is lowered, apparently. Walk into the doorway and wait for the machine to go around. You might want to let your sprint build up here too. And once it turns, you're going to run nearby it and jump onto the elevator behind it. The elevators do tend to keep going up, so jump off before you get too high. I don't know if there's actually fall damage or anything like that, but when you notice you're about the height of the platform, sprint and jump off to make it, and then walk forward. You can see a trap on our left there that we're going to have to get through. So again, conserve your sprint so you don't have to wait for it at the trap. When you get to here, I recommend waiting for the trap to go through and then sprint past it. Stick to the right side of the walkway to give you the most time to get through the trap. And then on the other side, you're going to jump across these 3 platforms to get to an elevator. This elevator brings you up to a doorway. Again, this doesn't stop, so once you're at, a proper height to get into the doorway, use the right trigger to sprint and jump in, but don't go too far inside. Stop here. We're going to take a right and walk forward. Take a left and walk forward, but don't go all the way. Stop here and take a left to walk across the middle of the room. Then take a right to go into this back corner. Take a right and then take a left into the doorway. On the other side, you're going to turn left and we're going to follow this platform or walkway all the way across. Go in the door on the other side, and this puzzle, well, not really a puzzle, just the trap can be annoying. As you can see, that this blade flings across to the right. We're going to hold right trigger and watch him fling, and when he flings, we're going to run and jump across the gap. You have a little bit of wiggle room there, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. And then walk forward along the platform to reach another room. In this next room, you're going to walk all the way to the back door and turn left to find an elevator. This will bring you up to another floor. Again, just keep an eye on it. Jump off when you get close. Some of these elevators do just keep going up. So when you get close here, go ahead and sprint jump off. Turn immediately right to find a second elevator. In this one, you stay on until the level ends. This will pop another achievement for you, the 6th achievement overall for level 6, or finishing level 5, excuse me. And now we have the level with, there are some lock-on enemies here, which can be annoying, and there are a couple that patrol certain areas. So we're going to walk forward. When you get to this kind of T intersection here, take a left and walk across the plank, and you might see an enemy walking around. I recommend staying back here and just watching. He will eventually show up on the left there, and as long as you're this far back, he won't notice you and come over this direction. Once he turns to go away from you, follow him, sprint behind him. Don't get too close in case the AI gets confused. And when you get to where he turns, turn right to go on a plank and cross a platform, and we're safe here for the time being. Cross the next plank to this platform, and at the turn here, we're going to turn right, and there are 4 planks to cross. I recommend conserving your stamina so you don't have to wait for it. This next section can be very tough. When you get and turn left here, you're going to have a plank to cross onto a platform. There are no enemies here, but there are on the other one. So immediately sprint to whatever plank will allow you to get across without having to deal with the enemies. And there's a plank in the center on the next platform, and there's another enemy over here that you're going to have to sprint around, and you should have just enough sprint to get past them. They cannot cross the planks, so you're safe on the other side. This next section is very annoying. As you can see, this enemy is coming over this direction. Stay back, and you might have to cross the plank to get away from him, but he'll turn around, and then you want to follow him. About halfway down this next section is another plank you can go on if you need to, but if this other enemy is running away, okay. There's a third one coming at us, so we're going to go back here just to be safe. That one's going to turn, so we're going to follow it. Again, use that platform there with the plank. You are safe on it, and we're going to follow this guy. Turn to the left here. And just keep an eye on him. You should be safe. We're going to go straight here. And then take a left at the end. And you see those two flames there. That's where we're heading. He doesn't come this direction, so we're safe back here. And then take a right into here and follow it to a diamond. Just like with the hearts, we're going to press B on it to grab it. This will make the platform go all crazy, and this large metal thing will pop out of the ground on the other side. Just wait for it to turn around, and it will spawn a tunnel for us to go inside. So run in and get the loading screen and pop the 7th achievement for completing level 6. Okay, folks, this level, as I've already said, is really frickin' annoying. Like to be fully transparent with my videos. I'm not going to hide anything to you and tell you, oh, you can get this done really easily. This level can be a pain. We're going to have these sections where there are these on wheels enemies that are just patrolling these tunnels, and they go around super quick, and we have to time running out into the tunnels and getting to the next safe area so that we don't get run over by these monsters or eaten or whatever they do. Most of them give you a second or two of wiggle room, so they're not very tight. There is one section that the timing is extremely tight, and occasionally the game has screwed me and the timing has been off with the monsters and they come through faster than they're supposed to. So again, all of this can add up to a very frustrating experience, and you do have to restart the level whenever you die. So try to follow along with me and do exactly as I do. I'm going to take things rather slow here. You can sprint when you're in the safe tunnels, but you always want to make sure your sprint is 100% before you go into the sections where the monsters are. So once you get to this other tunnel here, you're going to notice a brick step up, and then the monster will fly by eventually. And again, we're going to take this slow. So there you go, he's going right to left. We're going to jump up and just stay back here so that he can't hit us. If you go too far forward, he can hit you. We're going to hold the right trigger, and the next time he comes back or by, we're going to follow him to the left. I do recommend jumping over the metal rings. The rings sometimes can push you off spot a little bit, and then we're going to jump into the right here. And as you can see, we had a couple of seconds here before he caught up to us, and that's a very easy one to kind of cover the basics there. Follow this path forward, and eventually you're going to find a path to the left and another sewer. Again, we're going to wait for him to go past before we jump up onto the ledge. And you'll see he's going left to right. We need to go left. The timing on this one is a little bit tighter. Hold right trigger, wait for him to go past, and then we're going jump out and work our way down the hallway. There's going to be an entry on our right to jump into. So get inside and follow the tunnel all the way around to get back to that same sewer just further down. The timing on this one can be a little tight, so I'm going to wait for him to go past again. We'll jump up. We're going to hold the right trigger so that we're ready. And then we're going to run to the right once he goes past. Again, jump out into the hallway. It gives you a little bit of boost. And there's going to be an entry on our right for us to jump into. When you get in here, turn around, you'll notice him go past. And now jump up to the ledge, and this is the tightest timing one there is. So be very careful here. Follow along with me exactly. Right trigger, wait for him to go past, jump out. We have to be quick here. Jump around the corner, and we have to get into that area on the right. You can probably see him coming once you get over here. Once he gets past, jump out and to the left and jump in here to find your first lever. And that is the tightest timing in the level. So if you can get that done, you should be good for the rest of the level. Once the lever gets pulled, turn around, wait for him to go past. And we're going to play it safe here. Jump out into the hallway and back into this left one, and we're again going to wait for him to go past just to be safe. You should have plenty of time. You're running with him, but make sure you have right trigger, push down, and then sprint after him, and we're going to go into this entry on the left. Now walk forward. And on the other side here, we're going to take 3 rights. So take the first right, take the second right, and then you're going to follow the tunnel here, and you'll take a third right, and you'll find another lever. Go ahead and press B. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, you need to press B for the levers on this level. We're going to turn around here. And now we need to go back the way we came. So you're going to take a left. Take another left here. And then we're going to go straight past the entry on the left and go into the right one here. This brings us to another sewer section. But again, none of them are quite as tight a timing as that one we did earlier. So we're going to jump up here and wait for him to go past. And you'll see the entry, I'm pointing at it right now. Just run inside and get in, and we're going to follow it around to another sewer, or chase section. Once he goes past, we're going to jump onto the ledge, we're going to hold right trigger, and we're going to follow him to the right. Again, try to jump over the rings, and once you turn the corner, there's going to be an entry on your left side. So jump inside to be safe. We're going to follow the path all the way around to another sewer. And again, let your stamina build up. Jump up on the ledge once you see him go by, and we're going to follow him to the left. And there's going to be an entry on the right for us to jump into. Get inside, and we're going to take a right here, and we're going to find another lever to pull with B. Turn around, and we're going to go straight to a sewer. Again, wait for him to go by. We're being careful here. Jump up to the ledge, and we're going to run right following him, and then there's going to be a left section for us to jump into. So again, hold right trigger. Once he goes by, follow him, and we're going to go into the left here. We're going to go left And follow the walkway here. Take another left. And there's going to be one last sewer section. This one is very easy. So if you see them go by, just run out and into the right section immediately. And we're at the end of the level, and you can thank whatever deity you believe in, because the rest of the game is super easy compared to that. That pops the 8th achievement for finishing level 7. This next area is very dark, so try to follow along with me as best you can. Go straight, take a left, and I'm really sorry it's dark no matter what you really do here. You have to jump out of here onto the bridge down there, so I recommend getting on the grate, holding right trigger, and then pressing A to jump forward. When you get over here, turn left, and we're going to go down a spiral staircase here, and it's very, very dark down here. When you get to the bottom of the staircase, follow this thin walkway, and then walk forward a little bit and watch this torch on the right. There's an entry here to walk down, and at the end here, turn left, and you're going to see another hallway. Walk forward to finish the level and get your achievement. That is the 9th achievement for completing that level, and this is the final level. We just have to walk forward. So sprint until you can't sprint anymore. Walk forward all the way into that arch to finish the game. And there you are, ladies and gentlemen, your 1000G in Temple of Horror. If you have any questions or comments for me, as always, reach out to me and I will do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.